police have issued a statement following the sentencing of Phillip Schofield's younger brother today. Timothy Schofield was sentenced to 12 years in prison at Bristol Crown Court this morning, after being found guilty of sexually abusing a teenage boy over a period of 3 years at Exeter Crown Court on April 3. Schofield, who was dismissed by his former employer Avon and Somerset Police following the conviction, was remanded into custody by Mrs. Justice Cutts after a verdict was reached on April 3. The 54-year-old had worked as an IT technician for the police force prior to his conviction. Detective Inspector Keith Smith of Avon and Somerset Police said outside court today that the boy abused by Schofield showed remarkable bravery and he hoped this would encourage other victims of sexual offences to come forward. Although the offences Timothy Schofield committed were not connected to his employment, we know the fact he was a member of police staff will be of great concern to the public, he added. It's important to stress that before the allegations were made to the police in December 2021, there were no prior complaints or allegations made about this defendant, and his former colleagues have been horrified by the offences he's now been convicted of. But, we want to be absolutely clear, we're on a mission to root out all those who betray the standards and values we're committed to uphold. The public must be able to trust police officers and staff, and protecting this bond of trust is our priority. Schofield was charged with 11 sexual offences involving a child between 2016 and 2019, including 2 of sexual activity with a child. The younger brother of TV star Phillip denied performing sexual acts on the teenager and claimed they watched pornography together and had masturbated while sitting apart. A jury found Schofield guilty on all counts with a majority of 10-2 after more than 5.5 hours of deliberation. Following the verdict, Avon and Somerset Police issued a statement. Senior Investigating Officer Det Inspector Keith Smith said, "This defendant has exploited and abused the victim by carrying out a sickening series of offences over a significant period of time. The impact on the victim has been immense and they've shown incredible bravery in disclosing the crimes committed against them, and by supporting the subsequent police investigation throughout. We hope this outcome will provide some comfort and enable them to recover from the abuse they've had inflicted on them." Although the defendant does not work in a public-facing role, and the offences are not linked to his employment, we know the fact he works for the police will be a matter of public concern. Until these criminal allegations were reported in December 2021, there were no previous allegations or complaints made to the police against this defendant. Once reported, officers carried out a thorough investigation, building a file of evidence and speaking to a number of witnesses, resulting in the defendant being charged and subsequently convicted of serious offences. Misconduct proceedings can now recommence at pace, and the defendant is due to be sentenced on May 19 at Bristol Crown Court. While the majority of police officers, staff and volunteers dedicate themselves to public service and keeping our communities safe, we know the public's trust and confidence in policing nationally has been damaged by recent incidents. To repair the damage these incidents have undoubtedly caused, we must continue to take decisive action and be clear what standards we expect from our people. Where these standards are not met, we will take robust action to ensure those who let us all down cannot remain in policing. Schofield's brother Phillip also issued a statement via his lawyers and social media following Timothy's conviction. The This Morning presenter wrote, "My overwhelming concern is and has always been for the well-being of the victim and his family. I hope that their privacy will now be respected. If any crime had ever been confessed to me by my brother, I would have acted immediately to protect the victim and their family. These are despicable crimes, and I welcome the guilty verdicts. As far as I am concerned, I no longer have a brother. If you've been a victim of sexual assault, you can access help and resources via www.rapecrisis.org.uk or calling the National Telephone Helpline on 0808 802 9999.